Well, just finished shopping at one of my favorite retailers and had a good time. They've got a great selection here, so I always have a good time when I shop here. But shopping here is a whole lot different than working here, especially when you're working for a large retailer, the high volume, big box type. Well, I'm going to tell you some of the problems that people face when they work for a major retailer. Like I said, the big box guys, the high volume people. And that, my friends, that video is up next. And matter of fact, I'm going to run out to my car and shoot the video. Welcome back to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes. I'm your host. And it seems like I'm shooting a lot of videos from my car lately, and I think I'm just going to start calling this my mobile studio. That would be an appropriate name. But listen, if you're new to our channel and you want business and career advice that's tailored to people who are over 50, then subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click that little bell. There's a little bell right underneath the video. And if you click that little bell, you'll be sure to get our latest updates. Well, I promised you that I would talk about problems or about challenges that people in the retail industry have. People who are in the retail, what I call the retail environment. There's lots of challenges that they face, and I've heard many complaints over the years, many problems that occur for people who are working in retail. But one of the big things, and I'm going to start with number one, and one of the large, big problems that I hear all the time is the hours are crazy. A lot of times you're going to be expected to work on weekends, you're expected to work on holidays. Sometimes you don't even know what your schedule is going to be like. You could be working 5 hours one week, 10 hours the next, 20 hours the week after that. You just don't know what your hours are going to be. So one of the biggest problems, one of the challenges that people tell me about all the time, and I've heard many times over the years, is the hours are crazy. Okay, now here's another problem when you work in retail that you are going to encounter, and that is you are on your feet for your whole shift. Now, if your shift's 3 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever your shift is, you're on your feet almost the whole time. Now, yeah, you do get a break. You'll get if you're there for longer and you qualify for a lunch, a 30-minute lunch or whatever that period will be, yeah, you can sit down and occasionally you do get some breaks. But when you're in retail, you're walking constantly, and sometimes you're even having to run because you got a customer who needs something fast, or you got a boss who's calling you from the front of the store and saying, hey, I need to see you right away. But, if you're working in retail, and as everyone will tell you, you better have comfortable shoes, because if you don't, you're going to have sore feet at the end of your shift. All right, here's another challenge with working in retail, and I guess, I keep talking about the challenges of the problems, but these are real issues that people who work in retail, they face these problems every single day, or these challenges every single day. And one of them is that if you're working in retail and you're scheduled for a shift and you go in and you find that the person who's scheduled to be working with you or alongside you doesn't show up, then you are expected to carry the load. You're going to be expected to do their work and your work and get it done and get it done fast. That's a major problem. Okay, now here's another problem or a challenge that people who work in retail face, and it's a reality. And the reality is that every single day when you go in, it is fast-paced. You are moving quickly. If you're a turtle, if you're used to working slowly, if you're used to taking your time, well, retail won't be for you, because you got to move and you got to move fast. I can tell you this, if they don't move fast, they probably won't have a job. You got to move and you got to move fast if you're in retail, because you got to get it done. Okay, now here is what's probably going to be my last problem, challenge with working in retail, and it's a big one. And drum roll please. The problem is, when you work in retail, the biggest problem is the low wages. And I saw some statistics, and you can Google it. You can go online and you can see statistics that'll show you what every retailer is paying or what the average is. But the average wage for a person working in retail is $10.32 per hour. If you're in retail, yeah, you can make more than that. I know that there are stores or retailers who definitely pay more than that, but a lot of retailers will even pay less than that. But again, the average is $10.32. So if you're in retail, usually you're taking a retail job because you want the side income, or, in some cases, and I've seen it a lot, is people go into retail because it's easy to do, relatively easy to get into. And you know what? They're willing to accept the money. They'll just they'll cut their budget so that the wage that they make fits their budget. But it's not a wage that you really want to live on, but that's up to you. But again, the biggest problem that I see working in retail, and I've listed a bunch already, But the biggest problem to me is the low wages. I just listed a bunch of challenges or problems that you face when you're working retail. And you know, I hope that if you're looking at a career, you're looking at getting a part-time job in retail, you know, watch this video and think about the items that I've listed. Every single one is something that I've heard from multiple people. You know, they told me about the challenges. And I'm not saying that, you know, if you're working retail, it's a horrible job and you should never do it. You know, I mean, a lot of people do it for a lot of reasons. You know, I've seen many people over 50 in retail. They're doing it because they need the part-time income. You know, I've seen young people doing it because they can't get a job anywhere else. You know, people with college degrees, and they're trying to figure out what to do. They're trying to get a job. They can't get one, so they just go into retail and they do that. But it's not a place you want to be for a real long time. But listen, if you've heard anything that you've liked in this video, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. And also don't forget to hit the little bell that you're going to see down underneath the video. If you click on that bell, you'll get the latest updates from Over 50 TV. And you know, I'm here in my mobile studio and I am going to check out, and no pun intended, of course. And I look forward to meeting you and talking to you again soon. Have a great day, everybody.